Hi everybody, this is Val and I'd just like to show you a couple of very simple things I do with excess envelopes. Now I was in business for a number of years and ended up with a couple of boxes of these envelopes. It's just the business size one, and I'm sure we all get lots of junk mail with those in. So if you open up carefully, you can reuse those envelopes for this craft idea. I've got, as I say, the fresh ones that I use to use them up, and I'm happy to send some to people if they order something for me. If I'm making happy mail up, I'm happy to send some of these so that people have got a little stack. Doesn't seem very exciting, but you can turn them into something quite nice. So this is just one of the ideas, and I just take two of the envelopes and I seal the back. Sometimes I stick it down a bit more securely than that, but for this exercise we'll just do that. So the first one, I just fold the bottom up for about 2 inches, like so. And the other one I go so the 2 inches is at the top. And then I nest that one inside of the other one, so if you can see what that looks like. I then go around and ink all the outsides of that, and I'll just quickly do that now. And it's just really rough, just so you get the idea of what we do here. Just bear with me. I could try to speed this up when I do the editing of the video, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so they go like that, and you can see already that that's a bit more defined than when it was just blank. So then we cut some pieces of paper to decorate the panels. And again, I've got some of those already done as well. So I'd always ink those. You can edge them with the corners edging, I mean. And you could also tear them instead of cutting them precisely, like scraps of paper, and collage them. There's so many things that you can actually do with this. I think I was going to use the other side of that, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, just quickly, just edge your bits and pieces. And this one, I'm going to use this piece. And it's just a matter of cutting them to size. I'm not precise about how big I make each pocket. It really is up to you how big you want them to be. This is just a rough idea. And this is a little pitch to go on the front bit. So then we go with, okay, let's go. We'll put that one on that one there. And I would eventually be sticking these down, but for now I just want to see how they look. So that will go to, no, I think that one will go on that one. So I just do it so I think it looks, you know, a pleasant kind of a result. And I'll put that plain one in there. And the bottom one, I'm going to put that panel on and then affix this little card in the middle. So that's what it's going to look like. So after you've affixed those, it's simply a matter of sealing the sides. So I'm just going to quickly pause while I glue those. Just 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So those are glued now. So that all you have to do now is glue the little flaps together. So it's just a matter of just gluing these down. Don't seal the tops, of course. And that will go in there. So just glue the sides on each of the components of the pocket arrangement we're making, and then that one. I usually put some little clips on the side to make sure it stays nicely sealed, but we'll just do that for now. And so then what you've got a pocket there, a pocket there, a pocket there, and a tuck spot behind, because when I fix it to the journal, I just glue down that side and across the bottom, and then when you stick it in the book, it's actually that tuck spot. And there's one of those in my Christmas journal I just finished, so let me just show you that one. I'll just I'll just pause 1 second again while I find it. Okay, so here we are. This is one that I made that's in my Christmas journal, and so I've got the tuck spot at the back and the pockets, the arrangements down there, and you'll just see I've just used a different arrangement of sheets of paper. And this is a really great idea to use up your junk mail envelopes, but is also a good way to use up all those little bits and pieces of cardstock or paper that we end up with at the end of our projects. So thank you. So the next thing I do with these envelopes is I make this kind of little arrangement here. So this is exactly using the same envelope, just one of these, and I just cut them, I seal the back and then I cut them in half. So I end up with two pieces, like so. I hadn't sealed that one yet. Alright, so that's all that was, just one of those. And so then, you know, I've just edged all of that. I don't bother with the top because I'm not finished with it as yet. And this is a really good size actually, because it ends up about 4 inches by 4 inches. And when I'm cutting up my 12 by 12 cardstock, I always cut it 8 inches, and then you've got that 4-inch bit at the bottom, because the 8 inches is about right to fit into a journal if you're going to use the cardstock in a journal. And you end up with this 4. And so that is actually perfect to just cut a little panel there, and I just cut that across there, and do what I've done there and stick it on the front. And after I've stuck it on the front, let me just do that quickly now so we can see what I'm doing. I didn't really want to cut that piece of paper, I was doing something else, but never mind, I want to show you, so that's what's happening. And again, I'll just do that one. Yeah. I do like the look of edged pages, but again, look, you can do it whatever your preference is. I mean, sometimes I will just tear them instead, and you know, the distress looks really quite good as well. So seriously, you don't even have to use good paper for this. You can use book paper pages, you can use old music paper book pages, anything you want. Sorry, that's not very precise there. I think when I try to rush and it doesn't work, but anyway, you'll get the general message, I think. Might have turned it on the side. Alright, so I better trim that because it's not level. And then, I'm lucky enough to have this big punch here. So you could actually do the whole thing, but I like to only just cut out the top layer. So I'll just stick this in here. If you don't have one of these, you can just mark a half circle at the top and then hand cut it, and then I just try to make sure that's a bit central and chop it out, and then carefully, without making a mess, ink the edge of that cut edge, and there you go. There's a nice little pocket that you can stick into your journal. And again, I would only affix two sides, one side, sorry, in the bottom, so that you've got a tuck spot behind, as well as somewhere to put a tag in there. So, you know, that would look quite good in your journal like that, and with a tuck spot at the back to maybe put something else behind it. And that's another simple idea with the envelopes. There's a few other little ones that that I'll add, but as a part 1 to using up your junk mail business size envelopes, there's a couple of little ideas for you, and I hope you find those useful. Thanks for watching.